All right. Good afternoon, Tiffany. How are you today?
I am well. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So I was just reading a job description to you, and you kind of lit up when I told you about it. So
Mhm.
do you want to repeat what you just said about how that sounds like you when I was telling you about that?
Yes. So my background at my previous company was under operations and customer care. And so I was saying that it was a smaller company, so you had to wear a lot of hats. And so under the operations director, I was helping with the customer service team. I was helping with him and HR with just kind of like managing the recruiting process, organizing the Google Drive, making sure all the documents were properly stored. Um, Goodness, helping the sales manager with vendor account setups and making sure everything, the documents were signed and executed and forms were properly, I mean, it was so many things. So multitasking and picking up things quickly, like you learn, especially in e-commerce, because things change very quickly on the internet, that what was good yesterday might not be good next month. So you have to adapt very quickly, and you have to be able to manage a lot of different things and know how to prioritize.
Okay. And you were in that position for about 4 years?
Yes.
Okay, great. And in that position, so I'm very intrigued with e-commerce. So, are there any steps or anything that you were doing in your job that were so important that if you didn't do something correctly, that it could be costly to the company?
Oh, yes. So specifically on the customer side, so they sold majority of their products on Amazon, and I was responsible for overseeing like chargebacks and claims for damaged items, and also if the shipper like UPS damaged our inventory. So going in weekly and making sure that you're pulling the reports, that you're auditing things correctly because corporations make mistakes. And if you miss one thing or you mistype something in your data entry, it could be thousands of dollars.
Wow. Okay.
So really making sure that you're paying attention to detail was huge
Sure.
in that role. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then before that, you were an agency account manager. Tell me about that. What is that company? Is it Grove?
Yes. So they sold supplements. They were based
Oh,
out of St. Pete, and that was an
mhm.
in-person, in-office job.
Okay.
So I was an account manager, so it was B2B, business to business, and we were helping them with their digital marketing. So companies that had a very strong brick and mortar presence and
Mhm,
wanted to transition to e-commerce.
mhm.
And so making sure that they understood, what e-commerce is, we would do analysis of their products, what would be strongest. And my main role wasn't really marketing, but it was more being like the coordinator between the marketing team and the inventory team and the client. So I was kind of communicating, okay, this is what we want to do. This is the vision. These are your revenue projections, and then answering client questions and kind of being like that middleman to lead meetings and make sure the client was always up to date on what we were doing.
Perfect. All right. Well, as I promised, this was just going to be a quick clip. You made it easy for me. I didn't really need to ask very many questions because you were very detailed. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the recording, but don't go anywhere. We got a few more things to talk about.